folks, Harley Day right here, back at you once again, your good old friend HDR. Bring you up here to the lovely Washington, PA, and this is Washington and Jefferson College. Now, Washington and Jefferson College, I'll give you some historical information. Well, it's been around for as long as I can remember, but it used to be about, it started out as like 2 or 3 buildings up here in the city of Washington, Pennsylvania. Now it has almost taken up the entire, this whole entire side of the city, with all of its buildings, its dorms. I'll tell you a story about the college here in a second, but we'll go down this street, I guess. Get away from this car behind me here. No turn on red. That's good then. I don't have to worry about turning on red. But if you look at that dorm right there, right over here on the left, and as well as the one right over here on the right. Back when I was first, I think it was when I was first married, at the ripe old age of, okay, don't kill me for this, at the ripe old age of 18 years of age, I was working as a pizza delivery man. And I would come to these dorms and deliver pizzas to these dorms. Now, most of these dorms, they have a policy where the student living here is supposed to come down to the lobby and get their pizza. Well, long and behold, here's a girl out here in shorts. And it's what? Well, it's 55. I guess it's nice enough for shorts, huh? That's just crazy. So anyway, I go into the dorm. Engagement photos. And she's chimping. You know what chimping is when you're shooting with the digital camera? You shoot and look. You shoot and look. It's called chimping. Damn it, if you're not a good enough photographer, don't be out here taking pictures. Engagement pictures. Hope this car goes around me. He's being a pain in the butt. Alright, I'm trying to take you back to another part of the city here. So anyway, back to my pizza story. Back to the pizza story. So, I go in the lobby. I hit the buzzer for the room, whatever, like 302. The female voice comes on and says, yes. I said, I got your pizza here. Okay, I'll buzz you in. So instead of coming down to get the pizza, this girl, mind you, she's probably what, 18, 19 in college, she buzzes me in. I don't know any better. Nobody's ever told me any different. So I go upstairs. I walk in and I was like, what the heck? There's girls walking around like just with towels wrapped around them, coming out of the shower room. Girls walking around in like bras and panties, and I was like, holy crap. I mean, I was a young man myself, like, geez, this is ridiculous. But that is, I guess, why they don't want delivery people coming up to the floor, because the girls are just, you know, pretty much free reign. I mean, it's all girls. It was a girls' dorm. So, I thought that was mighty interesting, to say the least. But the college itself has grown, and you know, the thing is, the one thing is, when you have a college in your town, I don't know about every college, and I know, you know, a few people watching this, you know, work at colleges. But the college in town, the one thing about it is it's eating up all the resources in town where nobody can move a business or anything in, but they're tax exempt, you know, so, I mean, I don't know. Colleges to me should not be, and don't beat me up again, and Mike Hilly 7, don't quit watching my videos because I make stupid comments sometimes. But colleges should not be tax exempt. And the reason I say that is they should be for-profit businesses only, because they are very profitable. For what colleges are charging nowadays for our young kids to go to school, they are making a crap load of profits. And they want a non-profit status, you know, where they can not pay taxes to the town. not really a great thing, I guess. But again, like I said, Mrs. H.E.R. sometimes says, you know, I'll be talking to her, saying something, she'll be like, stop talking, stupid. Like, sorry. But anyway, it's just my personal opinion. At least that's what I've seen in Washington with that college eating up half the city now. It's just really taking a chunk out of the tax revenue, and I don't know if they give anything back. Maybe they do. I don't know. But my personal beliefs. So I didn't just bring you up here to show you the beautiful college of W&J, which it is. I mean, I also brought you up here so I can show you a little bit of historical Washington, Pennsylvania. We talked about Washington. Remember, we talked about the malls and the shopping areas where you would get out of the car and you'd walk around in the winter time, and all the stores were decorated, and you know, town shopping. That's very much what this is. Let's go down here. We're going to be making a left. So this is the town that I grew up shopping in with my parents. I'll show you down here. Actually, where the 5 and 10 was, well, we called it the 5 and dime. Then it was Murphy's 5 and dime, the Murphy's Corporation. There's a unfamous pawn shop right there. Yeah, I know. Unfamous pawn shop. But there used to be a music store in here where I actually took guitar lessons for quite a few years of my younger years. And still can't play a lick today, but that's what happens when your parents are paying for guitar lessons, and you go home, you start trying to bang out some like Bon Jovi or something. They weren't too happy with me, for sure. I was supposed to be playing like E note, you know, or whatever, like down, 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 whatever. Right here, right in here was the Murphy's 5 and 10. See, now it's the New Hope City Center. But yeah, that whole building, 2 floors, was the Murphy's 5 and 10. And all these stores, look how everything is boxed up. That's the place right there that the whole entire place collapsed on itself. And you might have seen it on the news. It's a beautiful clock, huh? This is the Washington Courthouse right here in the famous Washington, PA. Why is it famous? I have no idea. I can tell you one thing. How about this? Huh? You're going to love this piece of information. Right here. Let me stop right about here and give you a view right there of that hotel. That is the George Washington Hotel. Yes, folks, George Washington was through this area when he was alive. And I don't know if the hotel looked exactly like that. I'm sure it did not when George Washington came through. But I took a tour in there once, and they do have a presidential suite. They've had some famous presidents come through and stay in that presidential suite here in Washington, Pennsylvania. And that's, you see up there on top of the courthouse. Probably the camera can't catch it, but that is the Washington County Courthouse. We have a little Korea and Vietnam War Memorial there in the front. And just a very, very historic town that, like many towns nowadays, have basically went to crap. I mean, because nobody does anything with them anymore. I mean, it turns into like, there's a law office, professional building, which I don't know what's in it. We do still have, believe it or not, a local newspaper, and I did notice here recently that they do not put their newspapers in the stores anymore around here. I don't even know if they got newspaper boxes. I mean, we'll see here when we get down a little bit. I think there is one in front of the newspaper office. You can look it up online, observerreporter.com. That's the observerreporter.com. You can check that out. They do. They still have their newspaper boxes. I worked for them too years ago. Of course, both of them boxes are empty. Years and years and years, decades and decades ago, I worked for them as a part-time night job I had in there. And what my job was loading up the trucks at night with a, they used to do like, oh geez, 4 or 5 different, maybe it was 3 or 4 different weekly little publications. They call them local news publications for like the area I live in, Burgettstown, and they do one for like West Alexander, Claysville, That's pretty cool stuff, you know. A little history. There's our Washington County Police Station and tax office. The people that get all of our money, you know, because we fought for taxation without representation, and you get the crap taxed out of you still these days, so I guess we lost that war. You know, French might not be taking your money, but it's American politicians taking it now, so hey, what the hell. But we all get to live, we all get the freedoms of riding, right? As long as you get the freedom to ride, we have the freedom to live, my friends, and that's all that matters. So that was my little historical view of Washington, Pennsylvania. If you ever get up this way, you know, I think maybe, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can book the presidential suite now in Washington, the Washington, George Washington Hotel. Look it up online. Maybe you can. Maybe they at least have pictures of it, but it's really super cool. It had the presidential seal in the middle of the floor, like actually tiled in. And I'm sure I can't find those pictures anymore. I would gladly show them to you, but that's about it. This is the little town I grew up in. I mean, you know, I had a pretty good youth. I mean, I can't complain. My parents was very understanding of, more so than nowadays, of letting us grow up and letting us kind of lead our lives and get into our own little mischiefs. We weren't bad kids though. There was myself and two sisters, and we really weren't bad. We didn't do anything too out of the ordinary from being a youth. But it's funny because my kids will do something and they would come to me and say, "Dad, I'm really, oh man, I screwed up. I did this or that or whatever, and I smoked a cigarette," or I said, "You know what, guys? Honestly, you'll never surprise me." Because let's face it, we all grow up, right? So let me hear what you have. If you have any fond memories of where you grew up, of your town, and I'd like to hear from you. And throw those in the comments below. And well, we'll talk to you next time. Remember, ride your own ride. Be safe out there. Harley Dayrah will be down and out once again in the beautiful southwestern Pennsylvania. Bye-bye for now, everybody.